Political violence is not new and has happened at certain periods in U.S. history. That's what I keep saying. Guys, if you look up U.S. history and German history, World War II history, we're literally, it's like parallel. It's crazy. I feel like the Matrix they only had 80 years of the Matrix and it just repeats again.
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense.
Same shit, better graphics, but same shit.
It's a PS5.
Exactly. So he made remarks at the Jefferson Educational Society, a nonprofit in Erie, Pennsylvania. He explicitly denounced political violence, addressed the fatal attacks of Kirk and Minnesota lawyer Melissa Hortman. He called both a tragedy and said Donald Trump had further divided the country rather than work to bring people together. And you know, I was meant to talk about this earlier. I had this moment where I thought I'm being manipulated. And I thought, and then I was like, and so all of you guys are being manipulated. What Zach just said about cults is so true. The dear leader gets you to believe that whatever he says is true. And we got to talk this through. Okay, so since this guy's been busted on stealing top secret documents, he's been busted on trying to rig the election. He's been busted 34 felonies, raping a woman,
bunch of women,
and then Jeffrey Epstein, best friend. Okay, so. And everything he says is a hoax. It's a Democratic hoax. Everything. So everything you've ever done wrong that we have video of you doing or saying was a hoax.
And some of those things were Republicans accuse him of doing it. How is it a Democratic hoax?
So wait, the book that letter's in was bound in 2003. So in 2003, 12 years before you ran for president, here's how we're going to get Donald Trump.
Back when he was a Democrat.
Here's how we're going to get that. We're going to have this book bound with this picture and
in the off chance he runs for president.
Some active guy. And then we'll use this weird convoluted pedo thing.
The guys, that is obviously ridiculous because they just use a time machine and go back.
Oh, God.
You guys are children. It's Terminator. It's how it works. So the Democrats, Obama invented a time machine, right? And then he's using it to set up Trump. That's what's happening.
Right.
It's so obvious.
Now,
said no one fucking ever.
But if Trump said that, they'd be like, "Yep."
So here's the thing: is how do you get someone out of a cult? How? And for me, my process was thinking on something that you knew for a fact was real. Was in conflict with the groupthink.
Right.
And you were looking at it going, this isn't right. I can't be part of this. I need to step out. When I left the group, when I was 18 years old, I was leaving to go to Australia. Right. And
because you really wanted to leave the cult.
I'm out. I got to be honest. It's so weird because you go from I'm a kid. He's a father figure because I didn't have a dad at the time. He's a father figure. I'm rebelling against him, so I don't like him so much. No, but he's only the father figure, and he manipulated that shit.
Yep.
Like, you're a bad person, but now I accept you. Now, see how he was a bad person? Wouldn't you like to be accepted too? You're the good one. You're the bad one now. And everybody he did that. He just played people like a fucking piano. And at the end of it, I was going to go to Australia. I'd saved up money to go there. And he's sitting on his little platform at 400 people and he's saying, Zach doesn't want to be, he'd of course full name me, Zacharias. And there you go. Zacharias does not want to be part of this work and spread this work and do this important thing. And I'm 12 rows back and I put my arm up for an hour and a half. Because I'm like, you want to talk to me? I'm right here.
That's my opinion.
I've known you since I was 5, bro.
Yep.
I've known you for 13
Holy
years.
Shit, dude. You were in this thing for 13 fucking years.
Thank you for understanding.
Holy
so there I am
shit,
going, dude, can we, bro? And then he got up.
I'm not going to be so irritated with you anymore. I didn't know that.
That's not true. So he gets up and he walks right by me. Can't make eye contact. And it kind of broke my fucking heart because he was part of
manipulating.
But he was also a semi-father figure in my life. And also fucked us up massively. And yet there's something that has to break through the bullshit for you to make a choice that, it is lonelier to stand by yourself, but it's cleaner.
It's lonelier to stand in the right sometimes. You're right. Because it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy to just go along with the bullshit. Even though it's bullshit, you're like, well, everybody else is going along with the bullshit, so I'll go along. Me, I've never been that guy. I always been like, no, we're doing this. Fuck it, yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
So to use this practically.
Except for the podcasting. I jumped right the fuck on that.
Yeah.
Is there anything externally that we could use to help other people get out of this current MAGA cult?
Well,
because you're saying what you're saying is you had it within you to get out. You recognize it.
I will guarantee you is it's not going to be yelling in somebody's face. Here's the thing. It's just like when I was a smoker, you can't be like, you know what? You should stop smoking because it's better for your health. Shut the fuck up and leave me alone. You're not helping me. I just don't want to be around you. So it's definitely
you're the idiot still though.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but it doesn't make me go, oh my God, I never saw my smoking through that window. Let me change. So when someone's in a cult.
So what did make you change smoking? Because that's a big one. That's even more so than cult. What made you stop smoking? Maybe this is a key.
Yeah.
What made you stop smoking?
Okay.
And drinking too. You stopped.
Yeah.
drinking.
I quit drinking because I fucked up my leg really bad. I had to go on to antibiotics and then so I couldn't drink for like a couple of weeks. And as I realized what was shifting in me, that I was not drinking that much. And then I realized that I had to make a decision to go back onto drinking. My father was dying of Alzheimer's. I didn't want to be the guy who was hiding in the bottle while my father died because I didn't want to look back in my life and go, hey, who were you when your dad died? Yeah. Oh, I was the pussy who was drowning his fear and sorrow instead of being the man who is present to it, right? Like no matter how much it sucks, it's mine to own. That's my life. I want to be there.
That's
right?
That's a fucking gear a lot of people don't have. That like that self-analytical gear. Oh no. But that's again a gear people don't have. Everything we face that we don't like, most people just go. Whoop. I know people that will make up stories. Like in my family life right now, there's people that have done the craziest shit and said the craziest thing. And then you're like, I guess we're not going to ever talk again. And then 2 weeks later, they call like nothing happened. Yeah. Do you remember what you guys said? Whatever. And they just go, whatever. And it's like, to use self-analytical and go, hold on, I want to stop this. I want to stop this because I want to be present while my dad, it passes. That's not a gear a whole lot of people have.
They deserve to have it though, because it sucks, but you'd rather be the person who did it than be the person who hid like a little bitch. Yeah. And so I use the cheat code. I know you never smoked, but did you ever smoke cigarettes? No. So when you smoke cigarettes, it's something when you get a cold or a flu. Because the second you light, it's fucking weird. So you light a cigarette, it's got this great flavor to it. Well, you kind of think so when you take the first puff. But when you get a cold, you light it, go, and it tastes like shit. And you'll go, I got a cold. Like instantaneously, like it's so funny. Like, no, it's just a cold because my balls don't hurt. Like, right away. So I was in Cleveland. I lit a cigarette and went, fuck. Knew instantaneously, put the cigarette out. Fuck. And then I was like, maybe I can ride this little wave. See how that's going to go.
So you were able to sense it before you had any symptoms.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. Right?
That's a weird.
And then it's
one benefit to smoking. One.
It was my canary in the coal mine. And so what's funny is actually quitting cigarettes was actually kind of harder for me. And my wife, Jen, hi honey, she helped me out a lot.
Great human being, Jen.
Great as human beings go. But
she's top.
She's
tier.
Awesome. So
way better than you or I.
Yeah. Let's not pander. So
I'm not at all. I've met human beings and I know you way better than you and I.
So, please cut to.
It's an experiential comment. It's not. I'm not making it up to kiss ass. I'm like, oh no. And Rachel too. I've met them both.
So one of the things that I found that was really helpful in getting over smoking and drinking, because hadn't joined AA at that moment. I didn't feel connected to it. I go to AA meetings on occasion now, but I'm not. I don't go 2-3 times a day. It's not my process. Yeah, but with the cigarette smoking, I've been smoking since I was 10 years old. It was my best friend. When times are bad, at least you had a cigarette. When times are good, you can calm down with that. When you want to stay awake, there it is. When you want to go to sleep, there it is.
And for a redheaded guy, it's as cool as you can look.
And stuck in a cult. You're like, fuck it, I'm in a cult.
Right. Well, and
I'm at 4 packs a day.
And the thing that I did learn from AA was like, it's not about the alcohol or the drugs or the cigarettes. It's like, why did you choose the alcohol, the drugs, the cigarette? What is that the Band-Aid for, right? So my process with quitting drinking and then with cigarettes was say it out loud. Take that little demon inside your chest and puke it out, because then he's just a little fucker. When you keep him up inside your head and your chest and your heart, then he feels gigantic. It's overwhelming. It's your dirty, dirty secret that you're like, I want to have the cigarette or the drink. But when you say it out loud, and I walked in, and I'll try to say this without crying because I get emotional about it, but I talked to Jen. I said, babe, this is harder for me. I feel like I'm losing my best friend. So I'm going to say this out loud. I had tears in my eyes. I'm like, I miss smoking, not because I want to smoke a cigarette, because I miss that familiar relationship.
It's like a part of you.
Yeah. And I'm 56. I started smoking when I was 10. Math, all right?
Wow.
It's a long time, yeah? So, but by taking it out and puking it out, saying it out loud, and then looking in the mirror when I wanted to have a cigarette, I'd be like, you want to have a cigarette. That's why you're getting all antsy and being kind of a bitch. That's what you're doing. This is your choice.
What you were
Right in the eyes. And you go, stop being a little fucking cunt.
You were insufferable. When you were quitting smoking.
It lasted for 2 weeks.
I was around you for like 4 days in those 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, thanks for your support.
I'm
wonderful.
glad. No, I was like, God, I hope he starts smoking.
Don't touch me.
Dude,
I hope he goes to heroin. Jesus Christ, what
Dude,
an asshole.
my father went through this too, and we had to go to a halfway house because of how of a nightmare abusive it was. So it's rough.
So here's my question, and I don't know. I don't have a solid answer for you, but I think maybe it's a direction. If way I quit drinking and smoking was findings that I wanted something more, right? Is there, because yelling at me, chastising me was not helping.
Idiot, dummy.
Yeah, you do that every time I go over to your house and I go stand up and have a
I
cigarette.
do it now that you've
Well, you're not even smoking anymore.
And you-
Yeah, I do it now that you quit.
So it's how do we help? How do you bring someone into a side where they can be more accepting and caring of others and have empathy and want a future where the country can have a better education and better medicine and healthier kids and a future that
and you
we
won't
can,
die broke.
Yeah. I mean, the
Because
fact
of your
that you
healthcare.
lose your house when you break a leg is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's not right.
No other industrialized country in the world has it.
None.
So here's what I think
I
to
don't
get them
know.
to switch. Here's what I think. So I'm listening to the cult thing. Listen to what you did. I love this talking out loud. I think here's what you can't get these people to do when you're like, don't you see what a fucking idiot is?
Doesn't
We
help.
have him on we have him on tape going, I
Doesn't
need
do
1,100, 780 votes. And they go, we have him. He was storing top secret documents in his bathroom. And they just go like, If you just go, guys, you just ask them, do you think this guy is the best we can do for president? Do you think he is? Now, if they go, what do you think Biden was? Well,
They always do that.
I would say, well,
I would say
I'm not. That's not the question I
That's
asked
not
you.
the question.
Question I asked you: do you think that this guy is connected to his best friend was a pedophile? It's fake news, is it? And I think the problem is none of us ever in life want to be wrong. From the guy who doesn't go at the stoplight, who you honk at, who gets fucking mad that you honked at him, but he was the one holding up traffic. Yeah. It's that same base level monkey brained shit. And the reality is. And this is why I think I'm a Democrat and a liberal, is because I'll think through it. Like whether it's, and like I have the same gear when Ray and I were going through that bad time, I kind of had to face some shit about me, was what I had to give up to be happy. Like I had to give up a chunk of who I thought I was to be happy. And I analyzed it, and anger was one of them. I always have to win. I always said, and I was like, I just give it up. It doesn't matter. None of it fucking matters. I'm in the last lap anyway. Fuck it. What am I mad about? So I think these people have to give up you have to give up that you're being wrong. Cause I always say, if you give up, look, if you voted for Trump and he's an asshole and he's fucking it up, okay. That means you have to admit you were wrong with your vote. However, he didn't say he was going to do what he's doing. I will take that back. Mass deportations, they actually went to Instaprint and had fucking signs made. So they did know. So even if you did know, but if you look at now, the farmers right now, he's bankrupting.
In Arkansas, who are going fucking losing their
the
shit.
Soybeans. So China went from buying $13 billion of soybeans to fucking fuck all.
Yep.
Zero. And so all of our farmers are fucked. USAID, canceling USAID, that $90 billion is there. Well, all the food that we sent to other countries to help starving kids not die was grown by our farmers. So our government was literally subsidizing our farmers to help starving children, which also, once we put food in those countries let us have CIA guys there. So we knew what was going on with the neighboring countries, and we got information. He fucked all that up. Now China's going to go in. And my sister told me this. She said, China, I go, Africa, we screwed ourselves. She goes, oh, we screwed ourselves a long time ago with Africa, because she lived there for a while. I go, why? He goes, well, China came in, brought their old crew. They were building like 4 miles of road a day. Like they were just going and they paved it. They said, no, we're not going to give you money. We're going to build you roads so you can have commerce. But I also built the roads so they could actually deliver shit to sell to people in Africa. So China's got this 500-year plan, and we don't have a 5-year plan.
Oh, I think the one place I'll disagree with you is that, I think there's a plan. Trump and Vance and Palantir and all these companies, all these people and all these companies own other companies that when these farmers go bankrupt, they'll buy their land. Yep. And it's the same thing that happened during the Great Depression. Great Depression. There were more laws changed than in the rest of the history of the United States combined, because during it. Right. Because during the Great Depression, nobody had the right to stand up in courts and fight back. And that's where more monopolies were created. So I think what Trump is doing is he purposely sank the economy so he could manipulate the stock market. He was in the White House. He's on camera going, that guy made 900 million. That guy made 1.3 billion. We did really well. And he talked about it. He made over $3 billion in the first 7 months.
You know, he said this a few years ago.
Yeah.
He said when the economy goes down, it's good because you can buy things cheaper.
Yeah. So he
said that out loud.
The reality is, if you have money and your neighbor's house burns down, you go, I'll buy it for less, and you make a bigger house. That's not horrifically bad, but it's also taking advantage of an opportunity, as it were. Maybe you give your neighbor a good price. In this situation, you're burning your neighbor's house fucking down in order to buy it at a very, very at the lowest price possible,
and then send your neighbor
and have your neighbor arrested. It makes perfect, and then you're blaming your other neighbor for setting it on fire. So what Trump is doing is pointing the blame at us, at the quote leftists, while he's setting up everything to fail. So he's causing fear and anxiety in the individuals who are facing those fucking Arkansas farmers, despite their racism. I mean, they've got to be goddamn fucking terrified. Being a farmer is not easy work.
When it goes well.
When it goes well, it's hard.
When the contracts are there, they're fucking hard. They're not
fucking dummies.
Right.
This is a lot of economics.
Science, yes.
They got to be signing. They do. I don't know if you guys know this. They sign loans for water at the beginning of the season that they have to dedicate to pay off later, depending upon the fruit. I wonder what this is.
No, I was going to say maybe because he did this in the first term, and then we had to bail them out. So they got all this. They got this. Yes. He did this in his exactly.
First term we bailed
them out.
$31 billion.
So they could go, all right, we're gonna be good again, even if it's all for the greater good. You know, he thinks he's got the 3D chess. But then they're gonna be covered.
He's
so far they're not.
I love that when people say that, because he's such an idiot. They wouldn't release his records from the Wharton Business School. And they interviewed one of his teachers, and one of his teachers said he was by far the dumbest student I've ever had.
Oh yeah,
at Wharton Business School.
Who was that teacher? Because they're not going to be around for a while.
he said it a while ago.
Probably already did.
Yeah, he may have. He fell.